Hi, I'm John Quigley, President and CEO of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry. In these challenging economic times, it's imperative that our residents and businesses band together to not only shop Elmhurst, but buy Elmhurst whenever possible. We have great stores in our city center, Spring Road, Butterfield Road, York and Villette Streets, St. Charles and Route 83, North Avenue and Lake Street, along North York and even Grand Avenue. I ask for your help. Let's keep our tax dollars in Elmhurst.
Welcome to Elmhurst, our kind of town, and the 17th St. Patrick's Day Parade here on Spring Road. I'm Ken Bartels with Community Bank of Elmhurst and my partner John Quigley with the Elmhurst Chamber. And John, it might rain on us today, but no one's going to dampen our parade.
Oh, definitely not. We're going to get a good crowd out here. It doesn't matter that there's snowbanks around us and a threat of rain. It's Elmhurst, it's St. Patrick's Day Parade. We can count on thousands of people, if only those marching in the parade.
Absolutely. As I said, we're on Spring Road in Elmhurst, number 17. Stay with us on Elmhurst, our kind of town. You are looking south on Spring Road in Elmhurst, and we begin the 17th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Ken Bartels along with John Quigley, and we start off with the color guard, John, on a crisp day in comparison to what we had last year at this time when it was about 65 degrees for the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Well, you know, 1 out of 17 days you get good for St. Patrick's Day, and then you got to deal with a little weather. That's our Elmhurst American Legion post, THP 187. With the color guard opening up our parade. I'm always amazed how the color guard ends up to get almost a block ahead of the vehicles.
Well, these guys are in shape. they move right along.
We were commenting last year we had to look through some of the leaves on the trees.
Well, we had that amazing early March string of warm weather last year. And this year, of course, 4 days ago, we had a major snowstorm, largest snowstorm, of course, of what has been pretty much a non-snow type winter. But we've got the crowd out again, John. They come out. We've got St. Patrick's Day 2 weekends in a row at Elmhurst, so that's the important thing.
And we've got police chief, our new police chief, Mike Ruth. He's not driving, he's the passenger. Dominic Panico is driving in. His first St. Patty's Day parade.
Absolutely. Chief came to us from Countryside where he was chief. He's been here with us now for several months. Had an opportunity to speak with him and Fire Chief Bassiter on Elmhurst Now a few weeks ago.
Yeah, those sirens are pretty loud.
Yeah. Stand up close and personal to a fire truck and you realize how big and loud they are.
And it doesn't matter whether it's a red version like this one, engine number 2, or if it's the yellow version that's following up.
Peek around those trees and we'll see it. There's the big ladder version. We are located just a little bit north of the Prairie Path on Spring Road.
And that T2 in the front, Ken, stands for Truck 2. How's that?
That's pretty technical for me, John.
You're an engine or you're a truck? You're an E or a T?
There you go.
Hey, we have our first gap.
Well, that's all right.
Now,
go for it.
Now, with about 140 some entries in today's parade, we were discussing, boy, how long is this one going to take? We've been in the 90-minute range for the last year and a couple years, but we've had some years when we cracked the 2-hour, 15-minute mark.
Well, this is the second largest St. Patrick's Day parade in metropolitan Chicago, and now 17 years it's been going on, so it's draws a wonderful crowd, and they show up in green. And of course, when you've got a high school that's got green and white for colors, that fits pretty well with St. Patrick's Day as well.
Well, the name Elmhurst fits because everything's supposed to be green about Elmhurst.
Absolutely.
The elm trees and everything else. So it's natural that we have a St. Patrick's Day parade.
And we've got dogs and people in green Blackhawk jerseys, and we've got the Elmhurst city officials. All of the aldermen parading with families and friends.
Oh, I was going to say, as you can see, we've elected some young aldermen.
Absolutely.
In the last couple of years.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Aldermen all giving a wave there, yeah.
Mayor Levin will be coming onto your screen here shortly. Well, in fact, we are going to have Mayor Levin join us here on camera here in the booth very briefly, Acting Mayor Levin. Scott, welcome.
Good morning.
You hear us all right? Okay, good.
Loud and clear.
Sorry to pull you off the street. I know you weren't expecting that.
A
But
drive for Downs going by this right now, a fundraiser for fighting Down syndrome. Scott Lamorte is on camera with his father-in-law.
doing
Well,
it.
Mayor?
Well, the rain held off.
Yep.
I used my considerable pull with the weather service. And
We appreciate that.
I couldn't get sunshine, though.
Well, you don't want to use all your political chits on just one parade.
Not on one parade, yeah. Thank God it didn't snow.
Yeah, well, yeah. 4 days ago, it was kind of a dicey thing. But, and the people are here. Now, you came down, you know, at least several blocks. Crowd is solid as always.
It's a little sparser than the past few years. I think people aren't quite as hardy this year as they were last year.
Well, back in the neighborhoods, you had to be prepared to stand in snow if you were going to be down in the neighborhood as opposed to being in this section.
Well, it was a good parade because the city officials thought we might get hit with snowballs, and it was all safe.
Never happened in Elmhurst. We've got the York Community High School Band about to come right here onto camera, and we're
Sponsored by Community Bank of Elmhurst.
Absolutely.
So we've got a consolidated election coming up April 9, so you've got a couple more months left as acting mayor of Elmhurst. How's it been for you?
It's been a lot of fun. There's been some controversy, but I think we're going to deliver the city in good shape.
Well, thank you much. We appreciate you stopping by on the last second. Pulled you out of line.
All right, well, I got to get here with the marching band as a former drum major, so off I go. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Scott. Acting Mayor and Alderman Scott Levin. He will remain an alderman after he's done. He'll probably stay in office until the May council meeting when the new mayor will get sworn in. And he's doing some hobnobbing with the York High School Italian Club. Yay, Italian Club.
Well, we had the York Band go by, sponsored by Community Bank of Elmhurst, as you mentioned, and we've got our Grand Marshals, which are the Elmhurst District 205 folks coming up shortly. This is a foundation, but school board are the Grand Marshals this year.
Yeah, Scott jumped out and was able to say hi to some of the members of the school board.
Excellent.
We have promotion for the Dan Gibbons Turkey Trot every Thanksgiving morning. Man, that thing's become huge.
Gigantic. And of course that takes place down on Spring Road. There's Dan. Turkey Trot raises tremendous, over $2.5 million donated over the years to the Turkey Trot. So it's an outstanding event and a wonderful opportunity for people to be involved in Elmhurst.
Thousands of racers come out for the turkey trot. And our new congressman, since redistricting took place, I'm John Quigley. This is Mike Quigley, the new congressman. Met him at City Hall last month, and he'll be out in Elmhurst again doing some visiting to meet his new constituencies, because he now covers Elmhurst, Oakbrook, and Hinsdale as part of his district. And there's the congressman right there.
It's good to have the congressman in Elmhurst. Transitioning right along, we move right into the county board chairman who lives in Elmhurst.
Yep.
Dan Cronin, county board chairman, leading the way here.
There's Dan.
Cheering on.
I'm always amazed that the elected officials can't seem to spot the TV camera, though. They always end up being on the opposite side of the TV camera. Where's their prep person telling them TV's on this side?
I don't know.
West side of the street.
They just didn't get the email.
I grew up just 6 blocks east of here on Washington Street, and we had a Cronin family on the Washington Street, not directly on my block, but on the block north towards St. Charles Road.
Elmhurst Memorial Healthcare contingent.
Diane McGinnis on the left side there, holding the banner. Diane's normally riding in a vehicle, and right now she knows I'm talking about her, so she'll be interested to hear what I have to say. I usually give her a shot. We were down in Springfield meeting a bunch of our new state legislators earlier the week of St. Patrick's Day parade.
Well, as our regular viewers would know, this is on Elmhurst, our kind of town, and will be broadcasted on Sundays at 4 and Mondays at 4, starting next week. But we're also streaming live, John.
Live. Kirk Dillard, our new state senator, once again as part of redistricting. Kurt's been, there he is. He's been out in Elmhurst a number of times. Met with him down in Springfield as well. Emerald level sponsors, Ken: City of Elmhurst, Spring Road Business Association, Community Bank of Elmhurst, International Contractors, Koenig and Stray Real Estate Elmhurst, Budweiser, and then the platinum sponsors, we got the Elmhurst College football team as a platinum sponsor.
I think they are providing a significant amount of parade logistical support, is my understanding.
Access Sports, walking, skateboarding, coming by. Ooh, that's a sweet car.
Here comes Tailgate, a business up on the north side of Elmhurst.
Take care of your dog.
Yeah, that's a dog worth taking care of there.
That's a for sale sign, by the way.
Yeah, yes it is. Look at that.
And Staley from the Chicago Bears is somewhere around. The van's here, but we can't find Staley. Where's he jumping around? He's probably backed up talking to kids.
I was going to say, I don't see him inside, so he's probably strolling up. Actually, I would think he'd still be in hibernation given the snow and the cold, what have you, but I guess he's out. Another good crowd.
Yep.
It's chilly, but it's also a lot of people associate this parade with the start of spring, and of course the other part is we get to change the clocks again tonight.
Oh, that's a reminder.
Spring ahead tonight. So if you're watching this on cable next week, you're an hour behind the times.
Hey kids, how you doing? Hey, Ken Gold sponsors Total Garage Door Solutions, Casco Communications, Doc Ryan's, Elmhurst Memorial Healthcare, Euclid Beverage, Riley's Gathering Place, the Spring Inn, the Silverado Grill, Larry Roche Auto Body, Larry Roche Chrysler Jeep Dodge, Larry Roche Volkswagen, Roche Ford Truck Center. Common theme there. Steve Morley for mayor, Mark Mulliner for mayor, Chicago Record Management, Olympic Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, Suburban Bank and Trust, 2013 Drive for Downs, the silver sponsors, 303 Taxi, Algram Funeral Home, James Collins for District 205 School Board, Martha Marty Duder for our First Ward Alderman, State Senator Kirk Dillard, DuPage County Chairman Dan Cronin, Elm Sales, Elmhurst College, Doug Enos for Park District Board, Fitz's Pub and Fitz's Spare Keys, Dan Gibbons Turkey Trot, Chris Healy for Fifth Ward Alderman, Scott Levin Acting Mayor, Shantine Noonan, DuPage County Board District 2, Pints of Elmhurst, Roberto's Restaurante and Pizzeria, Valmatic, Weiss Insurance Agency, Wilkins Hyundai Mazda, Extreme Trampolines, Kevin York for 4th Ward Alderman, Friends of the Parade, Cooster Family, 7-Eleven on Spring Road, and gee, did I mention the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
And there's Staley, John. You were wondering where he was.
He's just
there he is. He's just rolling along.
He's got the motorized scooter, though, so he doesn't have to push as much. A lot of questions how good the Bears are going to be this year. I like the new coach. I actually predicted they'd take Trustman out of the Canadian Football League. He's a pretty good offensive mind, and hopefully he and Jay Cutler and the rest of that offense will be able to carry the defense for a few years now.
So, John, 17 years ago, the impetus for the St. Patrick's Day Parade, as you recall?
Well, really, there were...
Great job by Staley.
I think he's got an unfair advantage. If you look at his backside, he's got a lot more backside to be able to do that.
Well, it's all about the rebounding.
You know, there were some city officials who thought a parade would be a good idea, but ultimately it was 3 people involved with the Spring Road Business Association. Doug Cooster, the late Doug Cooster, Charity Algram, now then Charity Pagoni, and Frank Catalano Sr. were the 3 driving forces that got this St. Patrick's Day Parade off the ground with the full support of former Mayor Tom Marcucci. And former city manager Tom Borchert and a bunch of other people.
Well, we've got Bears and
the Gecko.
The Gecko from
the Geico Gecko.
The Geico Gecko. Staley from the Bears. I mean, we've got there's a lot of mascots going to be rolling through your screen here. Some of the parade staff.
You got a promo shirt? Oh,
John's trying to get a free T-shirt.
I worked this parade hard for candy and T-shirts.
Well, you missed on candy a few seconds ago and a T-shirt, so you're 0 for 2.
I usually end up with a plastic football or basketball, something along those lines.
Well, it's a good size hat. I think I could star in Lincoln if it was the right color.
I just wonder if his hair actually goes up there like Marge Simpson.
I'm not sure I even want to know that.
Takes the hat off and the hair is just...
Here's the Elmhurst Press. Bill Corbell waving to the camera.
Bill did the smart thing. He opted to drive through the parade in a heated automobile rather than walk the course, so to speak.
So, March 17 is the official St. Patrick's Day, and that date was arrived upon when that's when St. Patrick actually passed away back in 460, which I do not remember. Close, but not quite. And as I told you off camera before we started the parade, he actually preferred blue over green. So somewhere along the line, things got a little crazy, and now St. Patrick's Day is green. Now that might be because the shamrock is the official Irish flower.
You gotta have the
colors, hat,
colors of Ireland.
Absolutely.
You know, that all comes into play.
We see all these various crowd shots, and with just a few exceptions, I don't see anybody who hasn't got green or beads or a hat or something. So people load up and get pretty festive and pretty excited about this parade, which is a absolutely wonderful thing. As I said earlier, a lot of folks associate this parade with the start of spring.
I wish spring would start with this parade. I wish it would be
right now.
Like right now would be nice. Yeah, it's an amazing parade. And if you happen to come out here and didn't have anything green, there's plenty of vendors making things available. There will be many kids blowing these huge flugelhorn types of things in their homes come tonight.
Not in mine.
Yeah. Koenig and Stray coming up with the green John Deere tractor fitting the occasion. And they're tossing out beads. There we go.
Beads. Yeah, see, we're kind of off the immediate beaten path here, but let's see how you do on this, John.
I don't know. You got to be giving some beads to the TV guy. Give some beads to the TV guy. Here we go. We're working it now. Now I got the beads.
Go. Good job.
There we go.
Job.
Here's
Not
one
bad.
for you,
Well,
one for me.
Thank you. I can do that. So I can put these on and talk at the same time.
Got it.
In Elmhurst.
Yes, there you go, baby.
And our first opportunity for some legitimate Irish music.
That band was sponsored by Schomburger Brothers. Coming up down the road are my fellow Kiwanians. Ken's a member of the Rotary Club. I'm a member of the Kiwanis Club. We have great service clubs, including the Lions Club and the JCs, 4 great organizations that do all kinds of good work around this community. Ralph Pachanio driving his PT's Cruiser. And then we have the giant American flag coming. I've carried the flag in numerous parades. The Memorial Day Parade, used to carry it in the 4th of July Parade. Used to carry it in this parade before I was fortunate enough to get behind the cameras.
Well, the Memorial Day Parade, which I've been privileged to do for many, many years on television, this is comes at the end of the Memorial Day Parade and is a pretty significant tribute and a great something that a lot of people look forward to in the Memorial Day Parade, which of course has a completely different purpose and feeling than the St. Patrick's Day Parade does, but it's great to have the flag here nonetheless.
I always love this shot under the flag. And I'd like to thank some members of the Elmhurst College football team for helping us carry the flag. That's a pretty big flag. I think it's about 20 feet by 40 feet. And you need about 18 people, and you got to have some strength to carry that thing. And when the wind blows, you really gotta hold it in.
Well, and doing the maneuvers too. What we just saw, the tilting and the waving and what have you. That takes a little bit of maneuvering as well.
Here we have 303 taxi.
You mentioned the sponsors. I want to note the parade committee, Jim O'Connor, chairman, and Todd Benson, Scott Lamort, like Lamores, Jim May, Charity Augram, Kevin Diamond, Tom Pelletier, Mike Buckingham, Chief Michael Ruth, Deputy Chief Dominic Panico, Sergeant Michael McLean, Fire Chief Jeff Bassiter, Dave Agnew, Ty Marcotte, Jack Island, Paul Lamphere, Pete Kruger, Jim Hayakawa, and you and I. So that's the parade committee. They work throughout the year. to put this on. Here's the Jewel Osco entry into our parade.
How'd you like to have a shopping basket like that? You'd be checking out for 2 hours.
Well, given the slips I see at home, I'm not entirely sure that I don't. That is pretty good size shopping basket, though. That's kind of unique. I'm not sure I ever saw that before.
No. Suburban Bank and Trust coming up, one of those proud sponsors of the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And Ken, everything you mentioned about the committee people, about sponsors, and oh, by the way, a ton of great photos will appear on the Elmhurst St. Pat's Parade.com website. So people should go to the website, ElmhurstStPatsParade.com. You can print out photos, you can email photos, you can share them via social media, and there will be hundreds of photos up there, not just of parade entries, but of people watching the parade.
And past parades.
Yes, they're still all up there.
They're still
archived.
all up there. Archived, you bet.
The SBT Volkswagen Bugs.
Everybody loves a parade, whether you're driving in them or walking in them or riding on a float.
Superior Ambulance.
Happy St. Pat's Day. This doesn't sound like real Irish music to me, but what do I know? They're having a good time. That's all that matters on St. Patrick's Day. That's what it's all about.
I bet, if the back of an ambulance was actually that fun, I'd jump in them more often.
Chris Gacharubas just strolled by. In fact, there he is strolling by again. He's a quick guy. We're exactly a month away from the consolidated election, and so we're going to be seeing a few political types.
Civic Hall of Fame inductee Pete Kruger from the Elmhurst Independent. He's even carrying the camera. So while he's walking in the parade promoting the Elmhurst Press, he's got to take some shots as well, so he can put them in the parade.
Absolutely.
I said put them in the parade, not the, yeah. I made the mistake. Put them in the paper was what I meant to say. There's Sean Noonan.
Sean Noonan, County Board.
District 2.
And he not only is walking, but he brought this trolley with him. I think we need a trolley.
I think we should
An
do
Elmhurst trolley. I think that would be a good thing.
Well, I think we should just do the parade from a trolley. I think that would be a whole different view of the parade.
Well, given the size of this parade, I've said this before. We could line up the parade and have the people go around it. Just march around the parade and let the parade stand still.
That would be really cool. You just line up the parade over about an 8-block stretch.
Right, and just let people walk around the parade.
People just walk up and down.
They can stay in front of certain things as long as they like. And
Elmhurst Park District. Some of the Park District board members carrying the banner and marching. Jim Rogers from the Park District is there as well.
Happy St. Pat's Day in Elmhurst in 2013.
You can say St. Pat, you can say St. Patty, you can say St. Paddy, double D-Y. It's all acceptable. For some, the most important thing to say on St. Patrick's Day is Salancha.
I'll take your word for it.
That's a toast. No. Not toast, but toast.
Right. Here we have, once again, the tail end of the Park District entourage here in the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Spring Road. And how do you follow that up? You follow it up with a big truck.
Weston Sons promoting music at the gazebo and some other Spring Road things. Spring Road Days, the Easter egg hunt. I've been out here to do the Easter egg hunt, Ken. It's a madhouse.
It is. It is.
You've never seen so many eggs go so quickly.
It's a pretty interesting little float. All of the, I mean, that representation of all the things that happen on Spring Road on that float, that's a nice touch.
The YMCA annual Stone Open Golf Tournament. I've golfed in that every year, and I've been lucky enough to be an honoree, honored at one of those tournaments. Again, benefit from the Weston Sons truck.
As I said, everyone likes to be in a parade.
Well, you know, Ken, we talk about how great Elmhurst is, and one of our promotions from the Chamber and the city has been the Got It campaign, getting residents to do as much as they can in Elmhurst, shopping, entertainment, whatever it may be. And one of the reasons we came up with that Got It is Elmhurst really does got it all. You know, I mean, you look at great public schools, great private schools. Hey, Tommy Hawk. Tough night last night for the Blackhawks, their first loss to start the second half of the season.
That's amazing, though.
Oh,
I mean, it's absolutely
yes.
amazing that we're talking about a first loss here on the 9th of March.
Yeah, but when you win over 20 and you have 24 straight games without a regular period loss, that's an amazing streak. But as I was saying, so you've got great public schools, great private schools, a college, a hospital. You've got great service organizations. You've got great business districts. It's not just the Elmhurst City Center. There's Spring Road. There's York Villette. There's North Avenue in 83, St. Charles in 83, Butterfield Road, Lake Street, Grand Avenue, North York. There's just, Elmhurst really does have everything here you could possibly want in a great suburban community.
Well, and I think that's clearly being represented as we see some of the Shriner arrangements start to appear. That's clearly, we had 95 new homes built in Elmhurst last year, just coming out of what has been called the Great Recession. Things are rebounding, as you well know, with your position at the Chamber. Things are improving. And we're starting to see the benefits of that economically. People are reinvesting, starting to come out. And when you've got a community that's been around since 1836, there's got to be some reason for that kind of staying power.
Yep. And of course, up on North York Street, the question I always get asked about, when's Mariano's Fresh Market opening up? And they will open up this spring. So be looking for that information, and that will drive that redevelopment on North York Street.
Mariano's a great addition and just a perfect example of renewed interest in economic development in Elmhurst. So we're delighted to have them join the Elmhurst family. As you said, May, June, whenever it is, it's taking shape up there at the Industrial Drive and North York.
The Blues Hockey Club, including a state championship team, this time walking and or rollerblading. If we had Wednesday's weather, they probably could have ice skated right down the street.
I think that's entirely possible. Well, hockey is big, always has been. We've got the Y rink in town, which is another unique feature.
Yep.
And hockey is big in Elmhurst.
And again, you've got youth hockey clubs, you have youth soccer clubs, youth baseball clubs, youth softball clubs, youth football clubs. all those kinds of things available in this community. It's hard to limit yourself. There's so many opportunities to do things. Like, here's an opportunity I would like to be doing right now, but I can't.
What, driving a blue car?
No, drinking what the blue car's promoting.
Oh, that.
Yes.
I understand better now.
Because after all, it is St. Patrick's Day.
That's true. Wouldn't you think that cars should be green?
Yes, except that, you know, it's their colors.
We've got the Shannon Rovers coming up.
Sponsored by Bud Light.
It would be great to listen to them. Our second musical group to come down the parade route here on Spring Road.
One of the things, Kent, I've noticed in these kinds of entertainment groups is the prevalence of women more often doing bagpiping and such.
Yeah, you didn't used to ever see that, and I agree. That's a change, and a wonderful change for the instrument and for people who love it.
A number of elected officials walking together.
Township level officials going down Spring Road. There's another beautiful shot looking south on Spring Road.
And as you can see, we've backed up 10 deep.
Oh, we've got our crowd here in this particular location, and I'm sure that it has continued to build. This parade, of course, lines up down Spring Road, and it goes down. I mean, it doesn't get all the way to Butterfield, but it's a long way toward it. And as I said, we're sitting here at the Prairie Path, so it gives you an idea, those of you who have never been at the parade, the length of this second largest St. Patrick's Day parade in metropolitan Chicago.
I'm having no luck getting candy. They're handing out all kinds of candy around here, and I can't get anybody to throw me some candy. I'm getting hungry.
Well, I think they're concerned about your hands.
They should be concerned about my stomach.
There she goes. She could probably, you could have persuaded her to give you some candy.
All right, here you go. Come on, TV. Get the TV guy. Little love to the TV guy. There you go. Thank you.
What did you get here?
I got Trident Layers fruit things.
Okay.
Yeah, I got them right
Trident
there.
Layer fruit things. That's very good. I'm sure their marketing people will be pleased with that. Here comes another trolley. This one also with the township.
The York Township people.
There's a little green going on to that vehicle.
Think back to the day when that was the most modern form of public transportation. People didn't have to wait for the stagecoach.
Yeah, it's, I mean, they're still very functional vehicles for their purposes, and they make a great place to hang signs. you know, that shot there is, you know, they're packing them in now. We've got this parade in tight order at this point.
It's a tight formation.
It is.
Senior transportation for York Township.
Shamrocks and greenery
and following York Township, we've got some Addison Township vehicles. This from the Highway Department. Also promoting on the side there, the Addison Township trustee officials. Elmhurst divided into 2 townships, York Township and Addison Township.
got some Forest Preserve folks going through. Another county board related.
And then one of our new state representatives with redistricting, Patricia Patty Bellock out of Hinsdale. Met with Patty down in Springfield earlier this week. She did wonder what would happen if the weather went bad.
Did she?
Yeah. I said, it's the parade. The parade's the parade. There's Patty. She is related to an old baseball family with the White Sox.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Good for her. We have obviously supporters. It's a collective group.
And coming up in the April 9th consolidated elections, Elmhurst has a race for mayor. There are 3 current sitting aldermen who are candidates in that race. And we're coming up on Alderman Diane Gudenkoff from the 1st Ward. She is one of those mayoral candidates.
There in the white sweater. Alderman in the 1st Ward.
And close behind her is the Chiefs Hockey Club.
What's up?
There are more of them on rollerblades than the Blues group that went through here earlier, but nice active group. Here is the Wandering Shamrocks Harmonica Band, and I can start to hear, but just let them play a bit here.
I'd actually call them meandering right now. The meandering Shamrock. They're not
Well,
quite wandering.
I can appreciate harmonica. I'm more of a kazoo guy myself, but harmonica. Boy, they're ganged up. Look at all the beads on that guy.
And we've got a dealership car from Larry Rocheford. Braving it in the convertible today.
Well, it's not raining, so you can have the top down. Hope the heater works. And this is the spring-in fire truck. I always appreciate that. Bring in fire department. I just love it.
Here's one of the candidates for First Ward Alderman. League of Women Voters had a candidate forum that's airing on Elmhurst, our kind of town. And the Elmhurst Chamber and Elmhurst City Center are doing and there's the candidate. No, that's actually not the candidate. That's somebody who used to work with Ken and I. But
supporting the candidate.
Supporting the candidate.
Right.
And a really nice Mustang from the 60s. But the Chamber and City Center will have a Elmhurst Mayoral Business Forum. That's for members of the Elmhurst Chamber and the Elmhurst City Center business communities, and that will air on Elmhurst, our kind of town, as well.
Chicago Highlanders pipe and drum. Just the crowd enjoying the St. Patrick's Day parade, collecting their beads and all their various greenery, shamrocks for everybody.
March on down with the Chicago Highlanders for a little bit.
See if you can keep up.
Pints in downtown Elmhurst. And this is the one I was waiting to see, extreme trampolines. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's a facility, consecutive linked up trampolines in Carroll Stream. Good promotional vehicle there for them. The Remax mini blimp going by. Elmhurst JCs and their Emerald Queen.
I see a number of the JCs we're all familiar with. Once again, one of the great service organizations, specifically designed for younger professionals. Used to be 30 and under, now it's 40 and under. Either way, we've long since passed our eligibility on that.
I think I was born older than that.
Yeah. Ken, I think we've got something here that we've never had in the history of this parade, that you and I have done it, and that I can remember in any parade I didn't do. A backup. We actually have a backup.
I wonder, well, no, I'm looking, there's no train. It's just, it would just appear that the parade has kind of bogged down on the north end. So that's okay.
No,
we can do that.
That's just
fine.
fine.
The JC's right in front of us is a great organization. You know a lot about them. You worked with them when we had Elm Fest and their carnival. I suspect will be coming up again in sometime this summer. I don't have any dates for that, but
I think they're still looking at the second weekend in June.
Okay.
Over on Park Avenue on property that Elmhurst College lets them use, just outside the downtown. So that will be a great event.
Oh, you can't beat a carnival just like you can't beat a parade. And of course we've got, the Emerald Queen people right here in front of us. That's okay too. A lot of folks from Immaculate Conception High School, the Knights, grade school and high school here.
My alma mater.
IC Catholic Prep is their brand new name, and they rolled that out a few weeks back. Great new opportunity in Elmhurst.
I was actually at IC talking to some all the seventh graders a few weeks ago. The president of the college was speaking to the 8th graders. The executive director of the Park District was speaking to the 6th graders. The director of the Historical Museum was speaking to the 5th graders. We were all in at the same day talking about community service and things going on.
There it is right there on your screen. IC Catholic Prep.
KNIGHCS, Knights are the best.
Mary Nick Foster, the other candidate in the 1st Ward. Consolidated election 1 month from today.
And she's gone very Irish, including the setter.
Well, you got to have your props.
I hope that dog's back for the Spring Road Pet Parade in May.
Exactly right.
Yep. I bring our 2 dogs out, and it doesn't have to be a dog, Ken. It can be a cat, it can be a fish, it can be an iguana, a snake, whatever. Parakeets in a cage.
L.W. Reedy. Great day for Elmhurst Irish. Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day. There's Leo right there, as you said. It's not like there's Leo again. It's not like we don't have trains in Elmhurst, John. Now we've got them going down the streets.
Hey, I hope we can get the train to back up for car traffic.
There you go. What a good idea. Stall those cars out for 20 minutes at a time.
Oop. And we have coming up, right behind our little train, Cupcakes for Courage. Park Avenue in downtown Elmhurst, brand new business.
Courageous Bakery. Exactly right.
Once again, Ken, it goes back to even in a down economy, we've got people coming into Elmhurst to open businesses all around town. And one of the other new businesses is right behind, Jorgenfru's. Right across from
Panera Bread.
Panera Bread, yeah.
Chicago Scots Pipe Band.
I think that's unfair, Ken. I think there were enough drums in that band that should have been the Chicago Scots pipe and drum band.
Or maybe drum and pipes.
Yeah.
Elmhurst Eagles. Strong contingent. Elmhurst Eagles football program. They got the green going. I think they're having a good time. What do you think?
Well, we finally have a little breather.
Well, some trucks drive slower than other trucks. See that every day. You can't have a parade without somebody doing bubbles. I don't think you can. Yeah, you can see the bubbles now.
It's from Pump It Up.
A bubble machine. Pump It Up. Inflatable party zone on Lake Street in Elmhurst. It's a fun place. Absolutely fun place. See, now, John, you have been not very successful in collecting candy today, but that young lady has a bag that looks pretty heavy to me. I think she's been doing a fine job.
She got on the right side of the street.
Look at that. Look at that. She's got, look at that. That bag full.
That thing's loaded.
Yeah. Of course, I think she bought some of that stuff herself.
I was going to say, I thought there were some canned goods in there, too.
I think she's going to go home and have lunch.
Thought there was a box of mac and cheese in there and some
I
other
think so.
things.
I think so.
And this
I think
is
I
all,
want to get to know her.
This is all I've gotten. I got a sour punch from one of the IC kids who came over and dropped that off, and then we got that thrown at us. So that's it. That's all I got.
Well,
I normally spend this event eating my way through the parade.
Well, I think there are, like, once again, I think there are a lot of people did better than you. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would have thought courageous cupcakes. Would have been nice to sample a few cupcakes.
Yeah.
Maybe,
well,
you know, remember that next year's parade.
We have the contingent of Medina motorcycles, and I think this is how it all started, as far as I know. But as we know, it's not just motorcycles anymore. I suspect in due course we will see some other things.
Now there's usually anywhere from 8 to 12 Medina Shrine entries in here doing all sorts of vehicular and entertainment.
We almost got run over doing the opening with the magic carpet, so we'll see. Oh, here's somebody. I don't know who this guy is.
Looks familiar, you know.
I think that's Ronald McDonald now that I think about it. I mean, who else would be riding on a big McDonald's flatbed truck?
But see, if you grew up in this area and just saw a clown with red hair,
right?
You could assume it was Bozo.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it's Ronald, and he's talking to the crowd. He's got his flags. He doesn't have any green on though.
He's carrying an American flag and an Irish flag.
Okay. Well, we'll let him get by with that, I guess.
Again, you know, it would have been nice if Ronald came by.
One of those shamrock shakes.
You know, they're promoting the double fish right now. I can go for a double fish.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
Got a whole van and contingent going by here. All right. We got the dancing going.
DeForest Dance Academy. Frontage Road off Lake Street.
They are into it. Oh my.
I was stuck taking dance classes in gym class.
Really?
Oh yeah. You had a semester where you had to learn dancing.
How'd that work out for you?
Really well.
I think as a dancer, you probably made a fine point guard.
I did.
It's the Daily Method in City Center downtown. Another new business, as we mentioned earlier.
Yep. Doing yoga and things like that. And at their location, you can actually bring your kids in while you go to class. They have a special room for the kids, and they entertain the children while you're getting in a good workout.
You know, I have to admit, when we do this parade, I'm struck with the fact that you know, we're here on Spring Road, which is an excellent and strong business district in Elmhurst, and as you said earlier, you know, it's one area. You know, and yet here's a group of businessmen in the association put together, you know, come up with this idea for a parade, and it just took off. Something tremendous.
And we have some more hockey champions.
Pee-wee minor champions, it says.
Chicago Bruins. Chicago Bruins.
Another good shot. That shot shows not only the crowd, but also shows all that snow that's piled up behind us.
Yeah, it's getting more frequent now.
Many of these same marching groups will be in the Chicago St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Band of brothers, pipes and drums. Jim Collins, one of the candidates for school board in the election. We had mentioned much earlier that the school board itself being cited as the grand marshals of this year's parade for all the work they do on a regular basis. District 205 and the school board. Strong educational system in Elmhurst has always been the case and is the case today.
And a huge contingent from Jackson School, marching by us as we speak.
Emily Bastido for school board, another candidate. I noticed walking over here.
There's Emily right there.
Right. I noticed walking over here, John, that there was a house on the way that had piled up this huge mountain of snow, and they had like 5 or 6 campaign signs sticking out of the mound of snow. Elmhurst Airborne, traveling basketball. We've had hockey, we've seen football, and here's basketball.
And I was about to say, I don't think we've seen an Irish dance troupe yet.
And lo and behold, you know, the Leprechauns have answered you, John.
Yes.
The Meyer School of Irish Dance.
And they get a workout during this parade because they dance their way through the parade.
Well, people think we dance our way through the parade too, John. So, Steve Morley, our second candidate for mayor that we've seen in the parade. 6th Ward Alderman. Looking for Steve. There he is. Waving away.
Thank you. He knew where the cameras were.
It's all right.
And as president of the chamber, I encourage all of Elmhurst's some 25,000 eligible voters to get out and vote in the April 9th elections.
Well, 4 years ago, we were talking 4 years ago, how many folks voted?
Maybe 12,000,
Right.
13,000.
In that neighborhood. It was about half, or right around half of the ones that could have. That's not the way it should be done. So I agree with you. Get out and vote.
And importantly, City Hall is now a early voting area.
It is.
It was announced that it wasn't going to be, but now it is. You can vote early at Elmhurst City Hall. So get out and vote.
Well, former Mayor DeCiani, now County Board Commissioner DeCiani, went to work to get that fixed. That's my understanding. But it is. City Hall will be an early voting site. 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks before the election, approximately 2 weeks before the election, that you can early vote. It's Pat Wagner, aldermanic candidate in 7th Ward.
And he'll be, and there's Kevin York, who's an alderman.
Also running. He's running in the 4th Ward.
4th Ward.
He's got his walking stick with him. Silver Knights, baton twirling. Don't try and ask for a baton, John. I'm not going to give you one.
I could catch it. My sister was a baton twirler.
The longer I know you, the more amazing you become.
It's amazing that anybody knows me.
Soccer. You knew soccer would show up sooner or later.
Yeah.
Right?
Team Elmhurst Soccer Club, I believe, is TESC.
Huge participation sport here in town. Soccer fields all over the place. Yep, Team Elmhurst Soccer Club. See, the other thing about this candy thing, John, that I've kind of, been thinking about, we're kind of at the end of the parade.
Yeah, a lot of people are out.
Yeah. Just walking around with empty buckets. I mean, that can't be much fun. On the other hand, they're walking by places that sell candy, so they could refresh along the way. I mean, you would think.
Well, State Rep Patty Bellock said she had 2,000 pieces of candy ready for the parade. And I said, we have 15,000 people. And she went, I'm going to need more candy.
I think so, yeah.
Mascots galore.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be, that is a soccer mascot, no question about it. Here's Mark Mulliner, our third candidate for mayor. Alderman in the 7th Ward. 3 candidates. We've now seen them all go by in the parade. And as we've been saying,
pick one and vote.
Right. April 9.
He managed to find a fire engine.
Yeah, Mark got it. Yeah. Chicago Fire Brigade fire engine. Now you wanted, if you wanted a fire engine, John, where would you go?
Next year,
and
I'd just start a fire and wait for one to show up.
Well, actually starting a fire doesn't sound like the worst idea I've ever heard of right now.
Yeah. If anybody's got a spare cord of wood. Oh, and here comes something that's been publicized quite some bit now.
Yep, absolutely. You can see in the distance the Elmhurst Armpit Orchestra and what is purported to be the largest drum in the world.
And the queen of the Armpit Orchestra. She didn't know she was the queen till
A few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Is she acknowledging it yet?
Paul Crone's wife, Bev. They have our backs to us right now. Now they're turning around.
Here's Scott Lamort. He hoped he would be turning that as the drum major. He was hoping to be able to turn that over to Bill Murray, but I guess Bill didn't show. Nonetheless, here is the Elmhurst Armpit Orchestra.
And as we've regularly said, that's how those people dress on a daily basis. They didn't have to dress up for the parade. Victor E. Blue Jay from Elmhurst College.
And the CCIW Women's Volleyball Final Four team from the 2012 season and the 2012 football champions went on to the national tournament and did fine there as well.
And Scotty Williams, the Division III Player of the Year.
Just an extraordinary achievement for both those teams and certainly Scotty Williams. And that is an extraordinary honor.
There's Doug Enos, Park Board candidate. As an Elmhurst College alum, Ken, I'm always happy when a volleyball team and a football team can win a CCIW championship. When they win in the playoffs, that's even better. But to have the Player of the Year in Division III in any sport is an unbelievable distinction.
Well, as I said, it's just extraordinary. Just an amazing thing. Great young man, too.
My guy, heating and cooling. I could go for some heating over here right now.
Elmhurst Public House.
Going with the Bears ambulance truck.
Yeah. Tailgate response unit. Did you see that on there?
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's. See those in shape athletes, of just blitzed right by here.
They zipped right by. The Lord John Montessori School, right here on Spring Road.
Vehicles for them. Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Another Spring Road business coming down. Inland Bank. They're just chucking candy out of the back of that place.
Got another group of Medina folks. These are pretty unique. motorized coolers. I don't know who thought of this, but I have a feeling it was probably induced.
And it's certainly something that I think is the best entry year in and year out. And if I could have one of those things, I would be happy to toss it in the back of my vehicle and take it out to my ball games or wherever I gotta go.
You know, John, you could probably do that. I mean, I think you could get one of those easier than a fire truck. Could be wrong, but the cruising coolers unit. Who knew? A staple in all Elmhurst parades are the Antioch Brass Quintet.
And the Antioch Brass Quintet will next appear in the Elmhurst Memorial Day Parade, and they'll perform at the post-parade ceremony at the Veterans Memorial in Wilder Park.
Arts Tavern down on Butterfield Road in Hillside, sneaking into Elmhurst to do some advertising.
And one of the new and growing sports, Ken, lacrosse, being represented in the parade.
Lacrosse on all levels in Elmhurst now. College has a lacrosse team, high school. There's obviously the club version, so.
I refer to it as hockey for those who can't skate.
That would be me. You were a goalie. Goalies don't have to skate.
I played every position, Ken. I had a whole season playing defense before my coach realized I couldn't skate backwards. He kept saying, "Why do you let that guy get by you and then you catch him?" He didn't realize I couldn't skate backwards.
I'll bet she can skate backwards.
And Center for Health, Elmhurst Memorial Hospital.
Outpatient Surgery Center.
Amazing, the new technologies at not just the Center for Health, but the new hospital.
Well, I am watching my first parade in 45 years without glasses due to the Elmhurst outpatient surgery. Just amazing technology, and it's I've got nothing against glasses, but it's nice to not have to wear them.
Got another color guard leading a new band. And we'll listen in.
Those were the Royal Airs. Rolling through Spring Road at St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Little Alexander Ragtime Band.
17th St. Patrick's Day Parade on Spring Road. Kolb, 5th Ward Aldermanic candidate.
Followed up by the York Township Democratic Organization. Got Tom Cullerton, State Senator, also the Mayor of Villa Park.
You know, this shot right here, I've been noticing since we were doing the parade, all the streamers there on the trees. We don't have any leaves, so we put streamers in there.
Streamers up there, yeah.
You know, this Elmhurst kind of town people, they go to great lengths to create these unique shots. So it's.
And when this airs, we're going to look much younger.
Is that true?
They'll be able to.
Well, they really will be working in that regard then.
Yeah.
So, 2 men and a truck, another business in Elmhurst up in the North Business Park. Four business parks in Elmhurst. North Business Park and Grand Avenue Business Park, and the one on Lake Street and one down on Riverside Drive. Just another example of the kind of overall economic impact that helps keep the city vibrant and growing.
Another relatively new business, New Crepes.
The Schiller Walkway. Right there behind City Bank. Been there many times, enjoy that place.
Heard great reviews on the crepes.
Yep, I can provide that for you. A young man coming up the street, John's got a tie on and says, you know, "Kiss me, I'm Irish," and he would be mortified if anybody did. There he is right there.
Duffy's Tavern, enjoying St. Patrick's Day.
We're just bringing them in from everywhere, you know. Literally everywhere they're coming from. Right out of the Arabian Nights. These are the flying carpet guys that almost got us earlier.
I know.
Right there, that guy.
Those things must be really hard to steam clean. Medina's got everything, Ken. They even have their own fire unit.
Well, we're glad to have them. Anybody wants to add in the parade, the Irish Treasure Trove, downtown business in City Center. Do a lot of business this time of year.
I'd like to be driving these things. I think these are so cool.
Yeah.
In my day, it was the mini bike.
Those are cool. I agree. A lot of cool things now. I feel the need for a little more Irish dance. What do you think?
I think I can give that to you. Or at least the Trinity Academy of Irish Dance can do it while holding the banner.
I like multitasking.
Yeah.
Not only do we have Irish dancers, we have world champion Irish dancers.
Peter Diazek is a two-time world champ, 2011, 2012.
Now you think about that. That's amazing in itself too.
It is.
It's just like the stuff that people do in Elmhurst and other places too, of course. But the Irish dancers and world champions and national titles and players of the year, and it's just.
You know, the best part about being world champion, you get to ride in the back of the pickup truck.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to dance your way down the street. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's the incentive to be the world champ.
The men of Trinity coming down the straight. A mini version of the American flag in comparison to the Kiwanis one, but that's a nice size flag all by itself. Great shot there.
They're stealing our bit.
Yeah, well.
That's a Kiwanis bit.
Well, the long parade, John. People have forgotten that one earlier.
It's okay. Our flag's bigger than their flag.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. There's another flag coming up.
They've got the
Irish flag.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's a nice touch. This I have not seen in the parade before.
This is
new.
These are new.
These are new.
Little bit something coming in.
That is like Irish dancers about as far as the eye can see here. I mean, like a half a block of Irish dancers. This is a cool shot. Irish dancing, bouncy hair.
It's a sea of dancers.
It is indeed. Stop, entertain the folks. This is cool.
I've seen this many curls since the humidity hit 110.
I'm just amazed. This is a gigantic number of Irish dancers. And I mean, I know there are several clubs in town, but this is really something. This Trinity Academy of Irish Dance.
The parents.
The parents.
I think you ought to make the parents dance.
I think the parents should all have those curls, too. Some of them do, I guess, in fairness. Well, it takes real dedication, like anything that you want to get passionate about. Incredible dedication.
We've got low visibility.
Yeah, they couldn't get off the ground, so it grounded the Medina Aviators.
We fly so children can walk.
As I said, just So many things that Medina gets involved with in so many different ways that they decide to promote themselves.
And we have Top Dog Retreat.
Over on Lake Street. Actually, I guess the frontage road.
The frontage road.
Right. Now, can you do this?
Oh, sure, I could do that in an instant. Walk backwards?
Yeah.
I knew you weren't talking about doing this.
No. No, I'm pretty confident that you're not doing that.
Triton Troopers Circus.
Yes. Jugglers, trapeze artists. Where's the fire eater? West Suburban Shriners in the little cars. Now, this is a little bit more our speed, John, I think.
Those things move pretty good.
Yeah, they do.
Tight turning radius. A little bit of get up and go.
They look like 57 Chevrolets to me. Mini versions, of course. Of course, some of those guys, you know, once they get in there, they have to stay in for like the whole parade season.
Yes.
I don't think some of them get out of there again until like late fall. But that's okay. It's just drive from parade to parade.
Always a great parade here in Elmhurst. I love Elmhurst.
That's kind of like what our friend Scott Lamort's going to do for the
Yeah. We have the
Drive for Downs.
We had the British Swim School go by, and then we've got the green team from First Congressional United Church of Christ.
And I think we're coming pretty close to the end of this parade.
We are darn near at the end of this parade.
Yes, generally speaking, when you see in the distance, when you see the garbage truck, you sort of think, I think maybe the parade's ended.
Over? Nothing's over till we say it's over.
Well, we could say it's over.
And we'd be right.
Some of the parade organizers and marshals, and there's a whole flock of those folks that make this parade happen. Once again, we cited the committee earlier, Jim O'Connor as chairman, and the folks that make this parade happen now 17 years in a row.
Go to the website. Go to the website. Go to the website. ElmhurstStPatsParade.com.
All sorts of
it's
photos.
all up there. Great photos. You can email them. You can Facebook them. You can Twitter them out. And then watch, continue to watch this on Elmhurst, our kind of town.
Well, it's been a strong crowd again this year. It's been a crisp day, but a day once again in Elmhurst that everybody's Irish. The 17th St. Patrick's Day Parade in Elmhurst, Illinois, here on March the 9th. And we are delighted to have brought it to you on Elmhurst, our kind of town. I'm Ken Bartels, and for my partner John Quigley, we've been delighted to be a part of this again. And go to the website. You can see it all there once more. Take care.
Visit elmhurst.org to explore the new City of Elmhurst website. Find out the latest Elmhurst news, pay utility bills and parking tickets, report concerns, and much more. Elmhurst.org is an ideal way to discover what Elmhurst offers your business, your family, your life.